money. Joey, 5 double up. Got some goats in the. Ready for a shakedown. Prepared for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepared for it, man, y'all get it. My QB got swag, my wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 5 double O. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. Here comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, right away, King Dingbat here, and welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast. Definitely the hardest Philly Shakedown podcast we've ever done, man. This is a tough one. This to me has lost reminiscent of the Tampa Bay Eagles game at the Vet when the Eagles lost the NFC Championship game. It's kind of how I feel now because, man, we had an opportunity to win this game. I believe we were good enough to win this game, and we just didn't get it done. What's up, Joey? How are you?
Yeah, it's a real shitty feeling. That's not going to be easy to get over. It's just one of those moments where you work up to this point, and now because of how we lost this game, are we going to be overcritical? Do we overshadow this game from this one game and black out the other stuff, and maybe enjoy the other stuff we did during the regular season? It's a lot of tough decisions to make, but at the same time, like, we lost because of certain things that happened during this game, which were inexcusable. And the Eagles lost. It is what it is. And I feel bad for a lot of players. I feel bad for Jalen Hurts especially, that he had to go through what this team did tonight, and it's not great. So
yeah, Dalton Gray, member for 12 months of Dingbat Nation. Thank you for your support, man. He goes, was a good year. You the man, Denzel. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. And what's going on, everybody in the chat? Dano, Aiden, Defender of Logic, Dave, Captain Cowboy, Reckless Ghost, Young Money, all you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I know a lot of you guys. The great Tate, David Superchat goes, Gannon was unprepared and scared. We're going to get into Gannon in a second. We're going to get into that defense in a second. No question about it. Rashad David Superchat goes, Quez, Epps, Slay, Gannon, Kazar, gotta go. Yeah, we're going to get into, man, there's so much to talk about. Sticks, David Superchat goes, the worst this defense played all season. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I'll just say it straight up. This defense cost us the game. This was on the defense, 100% on the defense. How can you not get one stop in the second half? If you get one stop, you probably win this game.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get a stop. They could not stop him. Gannon, and I have to go watch the game again, but Gannon seemed like he was fine playing the corners way off. Didn't blitz too much. He went back to his ways because it was Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes tore him up. I mean, when Patrick Mahomes hurts his ankle in that second quarter, how are you not testing him? How are you not throwing everything at him and seeing what he can do? I just don't get it.
First of all, let's get to the Patrick Mahomes injury. I firmly believe when he was tackled by TJ Edwards that he was hurt at that time, walked back into the locker room at halftime, looked perfectly fine. Andy Reid was going to ask, if he's going to give out a statement on the injury for Patrick Mahomes. Didn't give out the statement on it. I think the injury was faked. I think that was a move from KC to maybe to switch the game plan up for the Eagles defensively. And number two, yeah, they didn't load anybody in the box. They killed us with the run. They didn't make any stops. You literally the fake motion, those two plays, the same exact plays on 2 touchdowns. You got killed on 2 of the exact same plays on opposite sides of the field.
They had no idea what was going on.
No.
They were so confused defensively. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Horrible.
Torneville, thank you for super chat. He goes, field conditions suspicious. Eagles' team are built on speed and defensive line, wide receiver. NFL had weeks to get that field in good shape. Yeah, they were slipping a lot. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. No question about it. Tyrone Davis, thank you for super chat. He goes, I thought you said the Eagles were going to win, laughing my ass off. I mean, I thought they were going to win, but as I always say, I'm not Nostradamus 500. But at least my team was there. Where's your team? You have to have a whole thumbnail of Jason Witten because your team's been so shitty. You can't put any updated players. Oh, dude, David Super J goes, love Hurts. Put the team on his back. Quarterback one did him. I thought Jalen Hurts played a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I thought he showed that he was absolutely clutch. Of course, he had the one bad play, which was a horrendous play, and you give them an easy 7 points. You spotted them 7 points. You can't do that. But even at the end of the day, it was still 10-point lead in halftime. All you needed to do was make one stop in this game, and you beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, dude,
They couldn't do it.
Bro, he showed so much poise, and he could have folded, he could have broke apart after that fumble, and he kept coming back and scoring. He had a really good day, a fantastic day. Every time we threw, obviously the catch for Devontae Smith and the Dallas Goedert 3rd and 14, they always had to review those fucking plays. Sorry for the cursing, but
I think the Devontae Smith call was bullshit.
Oh, 100%.
Because Devontae caught that ball.
Mm-hmm.
They took that ball away from him. He caught that ball. Okay, so I don't understand how they can say that wasn't a catch. It doesn't make any sense. Sir Ryan says, the fumble, I could take a legit mistake, that penalty, though. Well, let's talk about the penalty. So, I know a lot of people are saying that's why we lost the game, because of the penalty. And listen, we would have gotten a ball back down 3 with a minute 48. That doesn't mean we're going to win the game. I don't blame the loss on that. I blame it on the fact that the defense couldn't get a stop. Because you gave them the ball back with 5 minutes, 48 seconds. You couldn't get a stop. But, dude, that Bradbury call was horrible.
He said, well, Bradbury said tonight, that he did hold. But, I mean, it's not like he grabbed him and thrust him, he went backwards. Or you always see corners have their hands or have their arms around the wide receivers' bodies. You already see the little jersey tug, grabbing a little bit of jersey. I don't even know. I think it was a bad call, but they didn't call it that way. It's really hard to, the Eagles would have had a minute and a half left. They would have. They would have scored a field goal. They would have been up 3. We would have had a minute and a half to go downfield and get something done. And it's just a real shitty moment to call a flag, and it is what it is.
Yep. Yeah, and let me take a second to congratulations to Kansas City Chiefs fans.
100%.
You won Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, great player. You deserve it. You won. And I thought Andy Reid and that coaching staff made adjustments in the second half that were way better than our adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure that the Chiefs fans know, congratulations, from us. You deserve it. Dave Wiley, Dave for Super J goes, soda $5, beer $10. Seeing the Eagles lose, priceless. I'm glad you can enjoy it. I'm glad you can enjoy it. I don't know what to tell people like that.
I don't know why. I don't know what I mean to send it. No, never forget it. Forget it. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Rashad, thank you for Super J goes, do you guys consider it rigged? Refs stopping snaps, mini catch, and them trying to make Pat the new Brady so it can be the face of the league? I don't know. I mean, I guess conspiratorial. Yeah, you could say that. I don't know. I don't understand that call at the end with the Bradbury. I just think that play happens every single time they play the game. And to call that play there and then make it basically game over instead of allowing the Eagles to have a minute 48 seconds, I mean, that would have been some high drama. You know what I mean?
Well, Philly,
So,
what about the little things? What about when they were going to do the QB sneak and the ref goes in? Oh, we have to wait until the Kansas City Chiefs get their substitutions. Like
that was weird.
What? Like,
yeah, and on the Devontae Smith call, the Eagles ran a play, or no, that was a Goddard call. In the Goddard call, they ran a play, and then they say that the play's not there because of substitution, and then they allowed the Chiefs to go and review it. So Andy Reid had like 10 minutes to sit there and look and decide he wanted to review it.
Fucking crazy, dude.
You know? Rashad Davis Super Chat goes, do you guys I think I read that. Yeah, I read that. I don't know. I mean, everybody wants to say it's rigged. It was just bullshit. Zay Boogie Davis Super Chat goes, how does the number one D-line not sack Mahomes once? Jalen played great. He had a fumble, but you can't put this loss on him. Defense didn't do crap. No, I don't put any of it on him. No. I say, yeah, we spotted him 7 points. We did. In the first half, we spotted him 7 points. But we were still up 10 points. And then they come out, and they were doing exactly what I said on offense. Control the time of possession. Keep Mahomes off the field. But then the Chiefs get the ball first series, and the Eagles' defense could not get pressure. They could not stop them. They could not keep my Kansas City out. If Kansas City would have punted one time there, I think the Eagles win the game. Say Boogie, thank you for super chat, man. Yeah, I think I read that one too. I'm all over the place. I'm depressed. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm completely depressed, man. Jason Wallace, thank you for super chat. Goes false holding call, fixes in with 0 blitz. Yeah. Here, well, you know why he did blitz, which I don't understand why you blitz on the goal line. Like, you're at the 2-yard line, you're blitzing. That's when you drop guys back because he has a smaller area to throw to. So, to me, I just thought Gannon did what he has done against really good quarterbacks. He went right back to that. We're not going to give up anything behind us. We're going to play everything in front. We're going to give them plenty of yards. And Mahomes just ate that all day. Mahomes, did he even go deep once? Maybe one time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just I just didn't like the defense. I didn't like the defensive calls. Oh man. I'm in depressed mode. That's why I'm yawning like that. I'm depressed. I just want to go crawl under a blanket. Next the canola eater David Super J goes, hell of a game by quarterback 1. This will make him hungrier. Yeah, I mean,
been through this
I'm sure it will.
He's been,
but it's hard to get to a Super Bowl. It's hard to get to a Super Bowl. It's we'll do better next. It's hard. We have to start this thing all over. So, yeah, it makes you want it more. But man,
I know.
Mario, David Super J goes kind of mad, but not really. Coaches cost us the game. Players didn't only weakness with special teams, and it cost us. But Hurts was going to win us this game. I have no doubt in my mind. If Jalen Hurts gets that ball, one chance to win it, he's winning the game. I firmly believe he would have won the game. But they couldn't get him the ball. And the special teams, that return was horrible. You cannot allow a return like that by Kadarius Toney, Joey. No, you just can't allow that. No.
Juju Smith-Schuster looked like I don't know. He looked like something special today. Everybody was wide open. Look, I thought defensively, they didn't play good beginning of the game. Travis Kelce had those two catches. One catch, he's already on the other side of the field, and they made some adjustments there, and they started straying away from him. But once Mahomes got hurt, and then it was halftime, and then they came back, the momentum just it changed. It totally changed.
It did. Mr. International, thank you for super chat. Says next year nobody on defense side is safety. Not even Gannon except Gardner Johnson. I like Gardner Johnson. He had a big hit.
Oh, great. On Pacheco.
On Pacheco. And that was the other thing. The Chiefs ran the ball. They had over 100 yards rushing. You can't allow the Chiefs. The Chiefs should not have been able to run that well. That was a big surprise to me, too. That offensive line manhandled our defensive line. It's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. 0 sacks. You have 70 on the year, and you get 0.
No excuse.
I don't think they really even got close to Mahomes.
Jordan Davis, I think that's when he threw the ball and completed. Davis had him. They almost had him two
Yeah.
times. I think it was like 2 times they almost had him. I forgot who almost got him the first time, but I know Davis almost had him one time. He was bringing him down. He got the ball out. So it was bad. It was bad. Then these defensive end, they're spinning inside. They're leaving a wide open lane on the outside for Mahomes to either run it or have perfect vision downfield. It's just you can't let it happen, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Jeffrey Minter, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Jalen thread the needle on some throws. He was good except for that fumble. We had to put up 35 points. That was a high score for a loss. Yeah, I mean, if you would have told me before the game the Eagles would score 35 points, I said they're going to win the game. I think they'll win the game.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And I thought Jalen was fine. Like I said, I thought Jalen was fine. He made a mistake on that fumble. Obviously, everybody knows that. But they still had a 10-point lead after that. It wasn't like that was the fourth quarter. That was literally, that was literally in the first half. We got over it. We were still up 10 points. Marshall Chambers, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, defense flat out lost us the game. No excuses. The defensive coordinator players didn't show up. We will be back. Yeah, I agree. And I hope we will be back. I expect to. But, we'll see. Mario, thank you for Super Chat. It's a tough one, man. Rashad Davis, Super Chat, goes, first quarterback to win MVP and Super Bowl MVP since Kurt. Think about it. Maybe I'm just mad. Oh, Kurt Warner? Jeez,
yeah.
How about them? They had them, man. They had them where they wanted them. They just let them off the hook. I know that sounds like Dennis, what's his face? Dennis Green now. Evil Rubber Ducky, thank you for Super Chat. Let's see what he has to say. Your defense didn't show up in the second half. Mahomes was making pina coladas on one leg all second half. Turnovers were a big difference. Eagles didn't play four corners football all it was. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Totally
the defense did not show up, especially in the second half. And that was the difference in the game. Especially when Hurts goes in and he ties it. And it's 35-35. You think at that point the defense, that's your chance to step up. That's your chance to win the game. And they couldn't do it.
I had no faith after tying it up. I had no faith after that.
Oh, well, that was the first thing I said. I was like, great. We celebrated the score. And I'm like, but can we stop them? And that was it. Chiefs comments, every Super Chat goes, Slay is washed. Keep CJ and James Bradbury. Would you keep Bradbury and trade Slay?
How much are you putting it on? I mean, there was blown coverages. I mean, like the guy goes in motion, Slay is like, okay, and Slay is already turning his head like he's going to the other side, and then he comes back and he scores that wide open touchdown. The same happened on the other side. Open. So how much are you putting it on those two cornerbacks? How much are you putting it on scheme and adjustment? I think the Eagles have to get younger at corner regardless. I mean, Slay's here for another year. Bradbury's a free agent. You could get rid of Slay. You could draft a corner in the first round next year. You have the 10th overall pick next year. So I don't know what they should do. I mean, do you want Slay here? Would you keep him here for another year? It might come down to the coach, man. It might come down to the coach.
Yeah, I mean, Gannon's pretty much safe, though, right? He says he's coming back, or is there any chance that he might go?
Here's two things. One, okay. The news came out earlier this morning that Gannon has an interview for Arizona's head coaching job out of nowhere for Monday, right? Second, here's the other stuff that came out that was rumored. These two playoff games, right? The NFC Championship divisional game, apparently, even though Vic Fangio is the new defensive coordinator for Miami, it looks like the Eagles signed him for they signed him for 2 weeks. To help him with this defense. So that was only for those 2 games, and Gannon took over this Super Bowl with this defense. So
wait. So you're telling me that Fangio, for the 2 weeks leading up to Super Bowl, was making decisions on this defense, telling them what to do. And that's why they looked so aggressive and different. And then Gannon had the Super Bowl and he was right back there. Oh my God, get rid of his ass then.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
I hope it's not
Wow.
true, but from what the and that was from, I don't know if that was from, I have to go back and read it, but yeah, so we were kind of wondering like all year, like, what does Vic Fangio do as a consultant? What is his, the Marcus Brady thing happened? Why is he helping Galen defense? What's going on? But if he signed for 2 weeks to help the Eagles with, with the playoffs, but he was off contract for that Super Bowl, and this is the real Jonathan Gannon, that's who he is. That's not good.
Yeah, no, that is not good at all. Sean, thank you for Super Chat. Take a step back. This season was a success. We are a top tier team for the NFC for the next 3 years in the NFC. Yeah. I mean, I think we're going to be good. I don't think we're going anywhere. That I agree with, but it's still hard, man. It's still a hard loss, Joe? Let me see here. It just, man.
Sucks.
This is the worst loss I've had since. This is worse than 04, in my opinion. This is right up there with the Tampa Bay game. Say boy Dave for Super Chat goes to all the Cowboy fans trolling. How does it feel knowing Dak can't get your team to the Super Bowl, but our quarterback can, right? Well, I can tell you what, if Dak wins Man of the Year next year, he'll be at the Super Bowl again. Otherwise, no. Jameson Smith Dave for Super Chat goes, Quez, Sanders, and Gannon gotta go.
What do
you think about Sanders getting hurt after what, like one carry?
Yeah,
I mean, come on, man!
Like, almost fumbled the ball. Then like that, and then obviously it wasn't a fumble, but that fumble like scared me too. Like they started offensively. They started to do like the screen passes, the dump offs. They were doing these, like they weren't being vertical too much. It got better. It definitely got better, but I didn't like the way they with Miles. I thought Kenny G looked pretty good. Like the run was working at times. The run game was working at times, but I think they wanted to throw it. They wanted to get that defense tired. They
Yeah. No, I hear you.
What about Quez Watkins? Even like they decide to use him in this game. He drops and he slowed down in his route. Would have had that ball if he just stayed on course. And are you comfortable with? It's going to be very easy to get a number 3 receiver next year. I wouldn't even worry about if they want to replace him. That's what they would. You replace Quez Watkins going into next season?
I'd be open to it, but I mean, it would depend too. He's still cheap, still young.
Right.
I still think he has some talent, even though he dropped that ball. Saying Richard Davis goes, remember when Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl? Yep, I do. I remember. I don't remember when Dak went to the Super Bowl, though. Parker Davis Super Chat goes, besides a bad call, the defense definitely sold us the game. It also just leaves a bad taste in the mouth to watch knees to the turf football for 3 minutes for a ball to go through a goalpost. Good game. I know. Yeah, it sucks, man. That penalty just that was it. That penalty was like, that sealed the game. Literally sealed the game,
Mm-hmm.
Jim Long, David Super J goes, I'm cutting off all my sleeves like Belichick, divorced housewife. All right, do what you got to do, And we got a lot of chat. We got 986 people in the chat on both channels. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new to the channel, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. Click the link in the description. Go so up my man Joey Shakes. We're going through it. This is a hard one for us, man. This is a hard pill to swallow. I don't know. It's just bad. A cool Eagle David Super Chat goes, I just can't believe it. The defense let us down harder than the ending of Game of Thrones. It's going to take much to get over this, but I'm happy that we went out like bosses. Jalen Hurts equals the truth. Yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts. I have no problem with Jalen Hurts.
No,
I thought he did great. I thought he was great.
He played his ass off tonight. He played really well tonight.
What do you think of the way AJ Brown and Devontae Smith played?
Oh, God. amazing. That one to AJ Brown in the end zone was just I didn't even know that was going to happen. Like I didn't think that. Like I can respect that they try to take some kill shots downfield and try to get try to make a big play. But this is why both of those guys are here. You know what I mean? And they changed this offense. You got 2 number 1 receivers in your offense, and they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I agree. Young boy Majesty Dave for super chat, man. Appreciate it. Bubba says if Gannon does go, who's out there that could be a good defensive coordinator? My question is, there's a lot of talk that they're going to hire their quarterback coach, right, for offensive coordinator. So my guess is they're going to probably go in-house. No, you think they go in-house with defensive coordinator
with Brian Johnson or Jeff Stoutland or something like that?
Well, it sounds like Brian Johnson. The rumor is, or the thought is, that he's going to get the offensive coordinator. It sounds like Steichen's gone
to the Colts.
To the Colts. So Nathaniel Davis Super J goes, Hurts coming back with a vengeance. He's got to, man. We need him.
Damn, this is shitty.
It is really shitty. Dude scored a bunch of touchdowns but helped blow the game. Are you talking about Jalen on that one play? That one play was bad. I mean, it was bad. He fumbled. They picked up. It's free touchdown. They gave him 3 points. There's no question about it. There's no excuse for it. But that's not why they lost the game, because they still had a 10-point lead at the half. The reason they lost the game was because they could not stop Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City offense in the second half. They couldn't get one stop. You get one stop, you probably win the game.
And just to rub salt in the wound as well, it's like, and then like Aaron Sipos, comes back. We're like, yes, our original punter is back. Kicks a horrible punt. They take it back inside the 5. I mean, just easily.
Yeah.
So.
Emperor Abob says, congratulations on an NFC championship. Yeah, thank you. If we have one thing, we have beaten the crap out of the 49ers physically, a beautiful memory that I will soon to not forget. Parker David Super Chat goes, LeBron James trashing officiating on Twitter now. Well, it was bad. It was a bad call at a bad time. It was a tic-tac call that didn't need to be made, that would have left the minute 48 on the clock, which would have had everybody watching, trying to figure out what's going to happen. And they sealed the game. The refs got involved too much. So it is a bad call. But it's not why the Eagles lost. Let me make that clear. I don't believe the Eagles lost because of that holding call. I believe the Eagles lost because all the stuff that happened that put the Chiefs in the position to, have that play that led to that call. Because they couldn't stop him. Quan David Super Chat goes, I'm depressed as fuck right now. Should I watch Lisa Anvy? I don't even know who that is. Is that a wrestler? Or Nikki Ben's video? Either way, it's a win. But I got to clear my mind. Maybe I don't know who those people are. Are they wrestlers? You going to watch WWE wrestling?
Yeah, I watched. Those aren't the wrestlers, but they're, I guess you could call them wrestlers in some type of way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. They're adult viewing entertainment.
Yeah, adult wrestling.
Yeah, I don't watch that shit. I get the real live action. Myron, thank you for super chat. He goes, defense was exposed. Every good quarterback picks us apart. It's true. When Gannon plays there were a couple times I'm going, why are your corners 9 yards back? And Mahomes is throwing 4-yard passes. You know what I mean? And then they're getting 6-7 yards. It was ridiculous.
Edwards and White, man, those two can't call. I mean, oh god. And then you're even at the beginning of the game, even like when Kelsey was killing us at the beginning of the game, like Edwards can't cover, and you put Marcus Epps on Kelsey. Like what?
Right.
Like what
right.
are you doing?
Marsha Epps.
Marsha, sorry.
Parker, David Super Chat goes, the brothers screwed us, right? Chiefs had 150. Was it 150 total? I know it was 100 over 100 yards. It's way too many yards. That's part of the problem. You can't allow them to run that much. And then you needed to, in my opinion, play man on those receivers and go at Mahomes, and they just didn't do it. You need to man up and press, man. I would have dared Mahomes to throw deep on me because that's not something they do a lot of, you know. But it is what it is. The biggest accomplishment is being a wild card team. Left my ass off. I don't know, man.
I don't think I can really like go into next offseason and get some new defensive coordinator I like. Here's what I think it might happen, that they're just going to promote Denard Wilson, and like and that's Gannon's right hand man, and I don't even know if I even want to do that going into next year. Like, I don't know who our defensive coordinator. Look, if it's literally, you played your worst game as a defensive coordinator. You coached your worst game, and it was the most important game. I can't let this get. I can't be like, oh, you know what? He had a really good year. You know, give him another year. I don't know if I could do that. Like, you were non-existent. Like, your team looked lost. Like, what were you saying to these guys on the side? Like, you're putting pressure on your offense. Like, I don't get it. I don't know what decision they're going to make.
I don't understand. I honestly don't understand that the whole thought process and the game plan from the defensive side of the ball. I honestly don't. You know, I thought they would have been a lot more aggressive, like they had been the previous two games. I thought they were really, really aggressive. You know, so. Parker David Super J goes, Bradbury must have gave it good to must have. Yeah, he must have. Cool Eagle David Super Chat. He goes, how do you have two top corners and a leading pass rush and still lose? I just don't get it. 5 and Joey. I really think it was the way that, I mean, I have to go back and watch this game. I have to go back and watch this game, and I will. But I mean, I think it had to do with, you know, I just think it had to do with the game plan. You know, I don't think it was good, but you know,
yeah,
the Chiefs adjusted offensively in the second half, and the Eagles didn't. You know, that's the truth. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All sports are rigged. Where have you been? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had the script the whole time.
There was just some weird stuff that happened that game. Like, I think the one thing that really, you know, probably a couple things, but between the, you know, waiting for the KC to sub their guys, and then after 10 minutes of challenging a play after it was reviewed, and then every time there was some big moment for the Eagles when it came to a catch, whether it was Goddard or Devontae Smith or something like that, it had to be reviewed, and they had to go over it real slowly. There was just some weird stuff that happened.
Yeah,
this game. Weird.
Nonsense. Philly and Jay, when are you gonna start your off-season stuff? I know I'm taking a break from anything sports for a little bit. When are you starting yours?
Probably tomorrow, because I mean, I have to get over this. We have to get over this. Like, it's done. It's over. It's gonna be a tough one to swallow. There's no, you know, that's the way it is. It sucks. It's the worst feeling is losing, especially if we lost in divisional, or like, I don't think it would be as bad. Still would be bad, but not as bad. But losing like in the Super Bowl is the worst. It's the worst. So
yeah, it's always tough. You know, I'll probably start mine some point this week. Tomorrow I'll probably talk about this game again and do like my final thoughts, and then I'll probably start doing some videos on the off season and just some overall thoughts. Then I'm gonna go to Florida for a few days, and then when I come home, like, do you know, like the combine's like in 2 weeks?
I know,
like the combine's like in 2 weeks. So, you know, I'll be streaming that. Hopefully we can stream that again together live like we did last year.
Definitely. You'll get that. Then free agency's right. I mean, free agency's gonna come quick. It's gonna go really fast. Like, all this is gonna happen quick.
Yeah. So I know that a bunch of people are unsubscribed. They always do at the end of the year, but don't, because we got off-season coverage.
Yes.
Always. Sends, thank you for super chat. Love you guys like brothers, man. So depressed, to be honest. right back at you, man. It's depressing. But once again, congratulations, Kansas City Chiefs. You won Super Bowl. I don't want to take anything away from them. I'm not trying to. They were the better team tonight. That's the end. That's the way it goes. Jameson Smith, thank you for Super Chat. Goes 500. Thank you for a good season. I never met my dad. My grandpa passed away, so I really have no family. Made me feel like family. Love you, fam. Hey, man, love you too, man. Right back. Awesome. That's like the greatest comment somebody could give you, man. I appreciate it, man. We're not going anywhere, so we're here for you all season, man. Thank you. But I'm stepping away from all things till draft. Nah, I get it. You know, a loss like this hurts, man.
Stings.
It hurts. You know, it's tough. It's not easy, man. This is one of the tougher losses I ever remember. Like, there's been some tough ones. I put this up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers NFC Championship game, last game at the Vet. That was the toughest loss I've had. I feel a lot like that today. You know, I'm not going to get over this one.
No, it's like last year was different because when we got into the playoffs, like the game was over in 10 minutes. It didn't hurt as much because we weren't far. We were only in the wild card round. And when all these offseason moves happen and your team looks elite and you go through the season with 14 wins and we're enjoying this entire ride. And, you know, it sucks that the defense just shit the bed, like in the most important game. That's what I can't get over of where was the coaching? What happened? What was happening on that sideline? Like those 3 drives.
I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why there wasn't more of an urgency, even in the beginning, that first drive to test Mahomes' ankle. Let's test it. I just don't know. It's something. I mean, I'm gonna have to rewatch this game, but I can't rewatch it now. Like, it's gonna take me a while to be able to sit down and watch this. You know, I have to. The hurt has to heal some. JM says D played like chump second half. Jalen ball for real. Oh, Jalen was the whole reason we even had a chance in this game. Okay, even despite the mistake he made with the fumble, Jalen Hurts was. You know, he was huge for us. Nick, thank you for super chat. He goes, appreciative of this team and all the fun I had watching this season. It's always a well-needed distraction from the tribulations of life. Go Birds forever. Well said. Totally 100% agree with you, man. It is. It is. Because, you know, real life, we got aliens and UFO objects or whatever getting shot down. Things are kind of crazy right now. So, yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. Not Killionaire says, all right, I respect it. I forgot how close we were to all the off-season stuff. I won't stop watching you guys. You guys make the season better. I can't wait to see what stuff you guys upload. Thank you, man. It'll be fun. We'll have fun. Once we get through this, you know, tough, dark day, it'll be fun. Parker, thank you for super chat. He goes, we should really consider drafting Kareem M. Pant during off-season. Kareem shows this, especially in sticky and tight situations. I will have to get to all that. I don't even know what that is. Is that a name? Did I screw up a name? Is that what it is, Joey? Who is it? I can't hear you. It's all squeaky. Does anybody hear Joey, or is it just me? Sounds like a little chipmunk. I think that's Joey. I don't think that's me. Was I the only one not hearing him, or were you guys? Oh, cream my pants. Oh God, I got caught. Yeah, it sounded like an alien. Now you have to try to break that 8-year cycle of no repeat NFC champs. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What was that? Alvin and the Chipmunks?
I must have hit something. Something must happen. I don't know what happened.
So what were you saying now? What were you going to say?
I don't even know. Oh yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell with the name. Like I was being really careful.
I think it was cum in my pants or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sticky situations. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. Andy says, I want to hear Gannon's excuse on what the game plan was. He played as if he didn't know the simple concept of taking Kelsey out and allow Patrick to run like Lamar Jackson. Gannon wasn't ready. I agree. And it's really interesting if it's true that Vic Fangio had something to do with the last two playoff games, and then Gannon went back and changed it. That's an indictment in itself, if that's true. You know,
he's got to go if that's the case.
Eagles were only a fumble away from blowing them out. Now, listen, if Hurts don't fumble that ball, you're probably up 14 points at least, right? At halftime. Maybe, yeah, I'm saying 20 what? What was the score at halftime? 24 to – so you would have been up 17 points.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, it was a bad fumble. It was a horrible fumble. But my gosh, man, we're still up 10 at halftime, you know, and we couldn't get a defensive stop. You know, that's the crazy part. Carlos Davis Super Chat goes, congrats to KC, but how do you make that call? Shake my head. Pound Rigged on Twitter is trending heavy. I'm not sad that they lost. I'm sad about how we lost. Yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't think that was I thought that was a weak call. I think that's a horrible call because, you know, you would have had 1:48 left. You'd have been down 3. You could have possibly still scored a touchdown. I think we had 2 timeouts at that point in time too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So, or at least one. So, you know, I totally because I remember thinking when he threw it and it was incomplete, I'm going, that's a big down. That's a big mistake by the Chiefs to throw the ball. Clock is stopped, and then they get the penalty break. So it's a horrible call. It's horrible, but at the same time, like I said before, they shouldn't even have been in that position. Our defense did not have the ability to make a single stop. Did they even punt one time in that game? Maybe once. Yeah, they 2 times, right? In the first half. They didn't punt. They didn't punt in the second half at all. Trivial says Gannon putting TJ and Epps on Kelsey was a bad sign. Really was.
Dumbass.
Yeah, it was bad. Parker, thank you for your super chat. Goes Mike Crotch Burns. Is that what you're trying to get me to say?
Yeah.
Mike Crotch Burns. Thank you for super chat.
You're good.
Quan says Jalen was in tears post game. I choose Lisa Ann. Okay. I hate that Jalen was in tears, but I hope you get your girl. Kevin Perry, thank you for super chat. Goes favorite Eagles team, and we didn't win the bowl. It's one of my favorite teams, you know, but I think like in historical settings, I don't know how you can put it again above the 2017 team. 2017 team won. You know, I think there's a big difference, you know?
True.
What's up, Joey Shake? What's going on, man?
What's up,
Our secondary doesn't create enough turnovers. Yeah.
Not when you're not near the person you have to cover. You ain't going to create turnovers that way.
Yep. Chiefs Kingdom says any day could be our last on Earth. UFOs being shot down and they can't inspect them because of bad weather. We're in trouble. The bad men are hiding something from us. Wake up, right? I hear you. And listen, let me say we got a Chiefs fan in here. Chiefs Kingdom, congratulations on winning. You guys deserved it. You were better tonight. And hey, congratulations on being Super Bowl champs, man. It was a hell of a game. I would have enjoyed the game a lot if it wasn't for the fact that we were in it and we had to go through that. But it was a hell of a game. And congratulations. J&M, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Jalen owned the moment, constantly bailing this team and himself out so many times this game, and I was scratching my head at the field goal decision on 4th and 2. 4th and 2. Is that where they made a 6-point game? I think you had to make a 6-point game. The problem is that everybody, like the fans, everybody knew that the defense was not going to be able to stop them. Like when they scored and tied it up, the first thought was, we're not going to get the ball back. That was my first thought. We're not going to get the ball back.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Take away Jalen 70 yards rushing and 45 yards rushing. The O-line wasn't great either. We got outplayed. We talked about the line of scrimmage was going to dictate who won this game. And you got to give it to the Chiefs. I mean, their offensive line outplayed our defensive line. It was at the line of scrimmage. Parker David Super Chat goes, ran out of tissues crying out the loss. The last few I saved for Lisa Ann. Thanks for the recommendations, Quan Jones. Man, you guys love that woman.
Trending. Yeah.
I don't even know, dude. I couldn't even tell you who it is. I could care less. Mav says, fire Gannon. He's pissed. Back to being mad. Mav is back to normal. Splash says, left my ass at the sad comments. Yeah, it sucks, man. 92 Philly losses. Everyone's saying Jalen Hurts fumble, but I always look at the cause and effect. Example, Sayamalu don't get that false start on 3rd and 1. Great point. I almost guarantee Eagles get first instead drive. That's a great point. Sayamalu goes all sides, and that led to that position. There's no question about it. Yeah, I agree. Listen.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Did you agree with the fourth and? Do you agree with some of the play calls offensively? Like when it was like 3rd and 2, like they would pass it, they wouldn't run. The 4th and 2, did you think they should have punt on that? I think they were after like the 4th and 2. I think we're on our 35 or 38 or something.
I thought they should punt there. Yeah, if it was at our 35, I would think so.
Yeah.
I know there was a 4th and short where people were like, go for it on that. When we made it from 24-21 to 27-21. I know people were saying in my comments to go for it. And I thought you had to take the points there. But I do agree with the idea. I mean, if you don't get that 4th and 2, then you're in trouble. But I don't know. It's just, you knew that I knew when they're going for it on 4th down because they run it on 3rd down. If it's 3rd and 6 and they run on 3rd down, that means they're going for it on 4th down because every single time they did that. So, it is what it is. We'll be back. Fly, Eagles, fly. I hope so. JMB, thank you for Super Jacobs. I swear Slay got burnt all night. He should have been focusing on the game, not the media. That's why I respect Hurts and not Slay. We'll be back soon. We're going to be good next year, too. There's no question about it. Of
course.
We'll be good next year. Hopefully we'll be like the Chiefs. We'll be in the NFC Championship games and Super Bowls every year. They lost one a few years ago to Tampa. So, we can come back. We can do it. Skinny Batman came. Oh, Devontae Smith was fantastic. 7 catches, 100 yards. I thought they took that one away from him. And that's a shame because if they don't take that catch away, we might get a touchdown there. It may be 27 to 14 or whatever. You know what I mean? Instead of 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's plenty of spots that we can say we should have done this, should have done that better, and we would, and it just didn't work out. Cowboys will be back. Cowboys stink. Joe, in order to be back, you have to have been there. They haven't been there in 30 years. Joey Philly 500 Dolo. If you're a Howie Roseman, who would you like to keep? I'd like to keep Hargrave. I'd like to keep Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I would definitely like to find a way to bring Brandon Graham back on the cheap, and Bradbury if I can. Those would be my guys.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I agree.
We lost. We lost because the Chiefs outplayed us in the second half, and defensively we couldn't stop them. That was the problem. It's what the problem was. I don't know. We got 936 people here. I don't know what else to say, man. It's depressing.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit. It's shitty. It's I just how we lost the game is the defense not showing up in the second half was a sign of something. I don't know, but if this Vic Fangio stuff is true and Gannon was left with taking this defense over in the Super Bowl, and that's how he's going to look, and that's how he really coaches. Is Vic Fangio getting more credit than we realized as a consultant for being here all year? I don't know.
I don't know, but I loved the way they played against the Giants and Niners. I thought they were way more aggressive. This game they were not, and I just didn't understand it. It's tough. It's tough to lose, man. It's tough to lose, but we lost, and got to give the Chiefs credit. I don't know, it's crazy. I mean, we'll get over it. We'll be back, and we'll get ready for next year. But this is right up there with that Tampa Bay loss. D. Aldred David Super Chat goes, I got mixed emotions right now, but we'll be back. We'll be back. Yeah. It's going to be crazy. But, I mean, I ain't got nothing left to say. I know we're only 50 minutes in. If you want to cut this a little early, we can,
That's fine.
I'm tired. I know you're tired. I want to go cry. JM Denver Super Chat goes, oh, good riddance to Gannon. Hope Arizona will still take them. I hope a giant UFO comes and let's just get these motherships here and end this shit. That's how I feel tonight.
Yeah.
What a season, only to not finish it. You had to finish it, and that's the first. You had to finish it with a win, and we didn't. And it's hard. It's hard to get. It's hard to get that.
But dude, it's not. Yeah, it's a shitty loss. But at the same time, it's like your defense didn't show up. Like you didn't. It wasn't. You didn't fight. There was no pushback. Like it looked like they were just. They were confused. It's inexcusable for that to even happen. It's crazy.
It is. Joe Marucci, thank you. He says, great season. Gonna lose some pieces and we'll pick up new ones. The nucleus of the team is young and talented. 2 first-round picks, MVP caliber quarterback, still in a rookie contract, bright future. I agree. I agree. Sean Johnson, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, NFL rigged. I said ribbed. I'm thinking of food. NFL rigged, scripted. What are y'all? I don't know. The whole scripted thing to me is like, what did they script it? Devontae Smith, great catch, will overturn it. I think that they do play with the point spreads and stuff. And I think there's funny activity goes there, but I don't think it's rigged.
Well, when you're trying to figure out a call for over 10 minutes, it's way too much to watch.
Well, I mean, are you talking about the Devontae Smith drop, the chain? I don't even understand how they could have reversed that call.
It was a hard angle to really see.
To me, that was a catch, but if you're going to say it wasn't, it wasn't conclusive enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's crazy. Joey Bones says later, guys. Good one. All right, man. Later. Listen, we will be back. We're not going anywhere. So if you guys want to hang out with us all season, we'll be here driving Cowboy fans crazy and stuff. It'll be fun. But tonight's a tough one. Got to give credit to the Chiefs. And then, I don't know. We got to take our loss and get back up and dust ourselves off. Vanny says, I'm good. And thank you for Super Chat. He goes, I'm good. Number 1, everyone shut up about Hurts. That's true. 2, Gannon needs to apologize to the city for his wafer-thin philosophy. The players are fine. Yeah, I hear you, man. Thank you. DC for Life says, hell of a season for the Eagles from a Cowboys fan. Thanks, Philly and Joey, for a great season of streams. Thank you, man.
No problem, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we ain't going nowhere. We'll be here. I'll be driving Mark Holmes crazy all season. No question about it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be driving a lot of people crazy, I'm sure, this off season. But yeah, I mean, Eagles lose. I thought the defense let us down tonight. Congratulations to the Chiefs. And yeah, that's all I have to say, man. Thank you, everybody, for all the support you guys have given us. This whole season, it's been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a good ride. From free agency to the crazy draft we had, and to everything, putting all the pieces together. It's been fun to do these streams every week, and like Philly said, we'll be streaming the combine. We'll be streaming the draft. We'll have videos out, a crap ton of videos out all off season. There's plenty of stuff. So we'll still be here.
We'll be here. We'll be here. We ain't going anywhere. We'll be back with vengeance. And next year, Kelly Green, baby, Kelly Green.
Yes.
So with that said, yeah, I mean, let me read this last super chat. 41-33 says, thank you for the great season. You guys are all great. Thank you, man. We appreciate that. That means a lot to us. Thank you. Now, with that said, as always, it could be worse. We could be Cowboy fans. And you know what happens to Cowboy fans, right? They choke. Because that's the true choke job. True choke artists of the National Football League. So with that said, we'll let you guys go. Probably see you guys tomorrow. And, take care.
We had one more.
What's that?
No, I'm saying we conclude our 2022 to 2023 Philly Shakedown second season done.
Yep. And we get ready for the next year coming quick. That's for sure. All right, guys. You guys take care. We will talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Peace.
Time for one more play. The officials are bad. We had one more.
You gotta be motherfucking kidding.
You gotta be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
running
from
a...
to
get off the field on third down. What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Tell him more. He's gotta be better, man. Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more play. We had an opportunity to win that game at the end. But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us. I'm upset, but the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. We had opportunity for one more play.